Soundstripe. Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Welcome in, everybody, to Lock and Live for NFL Week 6 with Uncle Phil and Smooth Andy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. Uncle Phil, Smooth Andy, how you guys doing after yesterday?
Good. Smooth Andy and I both had winning days yesterday. Smooth Andy went 6-4-1. I went 7-6. Really good day. Good momentum going into today. Excited about today. Smooth Andy, how about yourself?
Yeah. As you know, I love home dogs, and there are a lot of home dogs today. So excited about that.
8 to be exact. So, yeah, I mean, this is a day that is meant for you, and yesterday was as well. Let's keep the momentum going, Matt.
Absolutely. And let's get some points in the second half here. What do you say? In this Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a sticker this is.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, it's the reason why I took this. Obviously, I didn't expect Caleb to throw a gift interception there. I can't believe the Bears got so cute there in doing that. But the reason why I took the Bears is that the winning percentage for teams that make it to London or make it overseas earlier and spend the whole week there are much better. The Bears got there on Tuesday. The Jags were supposed to come on Thursday, but due to Hurricane Milton, their plane didn't leave till Friday. So the Bears were the pick. I thought it was. Certainly the Jags had their chances early. Felt like the Jags let the Bears off the hook while their offense was scuffling the first couple drives. Looks like the Bears have momentum now. Bears are looking to take care of this. They're going to have to sling it in the second half. I mean, the Jags, but to catch up. And that I think they definitely will. So I think it'll be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to some more points scored in the second half, and I think there will be.
Sweet. Well, we already have you locked in live on that bet. Where are we heading next, Uncle Phil?
Yeah, you'll sense a theme from me today as we go through this. We're going to New England, first of all, where C.J. Stroud gets a big addition back this week. He gets Joe Mixon coming back to pick up the blitz, something that he's been missing desperately because Houston's offensive line is just not that great. Fortunately, they get to go to New England this week. New England is without a big addition as far as running back. They lose Ramondre Stevens coming back this week. And also they have completely bailed on Jacoby Brissett and started the Drake May era. Really tough start for Drake May coming into Houston has one of the best pass rush win rates. Unfortunately, New England's offensive line has the worst pass block win rate. So really tough start for Drake May. I think it'll help. Rookie quarterbacks typically don't do well in their very first starts. I'm counting on today. As a matter of fact, I'm betting on it. Give me Houston. -6.5 is my first best bet. Next place we're going to New Orleans. Again, a team coming off a very short week where they looked very unimpressive against the Chiefs, particularly that interior offensive line. Look, Todd Bowles loves to blitz. Spencer Rattler just did terrible against the blitz in college. That was his thing. This is a tough start for him. Again, thrown into the Wolves. He was drafted in later rounds for a reason. I like him, but not today. Give me Tampa Bay, especially off the extra rest. I like them. New Orleans coming off short week, short rest. Tampa Bay coming off longer rest. Those teams typically do well. Give me Tampa Bay for the spot, -3.5. I like it here. So those are my two best bets. My bonus pick, I've got 8 other picks in my notebook, as well as 6 additional teasers in addition to the teaser I put out publicly today on X this morning for the Sunday morning game. So, look, I'm feeling good about this, but I do think this is a week for caution because of what Smooth Andy said. 8 home dogs today. I think there's going to be some interesting teams here this week that are stepping up in class, and some that are ready for it, some that aren't.
Definitely. Well, I like that approach, going after the rookie quarterbacks making their first start. Seems to be pretty successful over the years. Smooth Andy, where are you heading?
Well, I've got a wide net today. Not a lot of big indicators in number for a lot of these bets. They're mostly twos, but starting with my favorite, which is Las Vegas, Aiden O'Connell starting. I don't really think that's a positive or a negative. I think Minshew and O'Connell are more or less the same, but they're putting somebody else in there. Everybody's on Pittsburgh. It's a home dog. It's a low total. That's always a good thing as well. So there are fewer points to go around. So if you're getting points, that just gives you a little bit more of an advantage. So I've got them. Also have Denver against the Chargers, division dog, a home dog. Those are always favorites for me. I love both of those. And the same thing is true with the Jets, a division dog and a home dog. That's on Monday night. That's going to be my third pick this week, and I'm going to have 6 more on Twitter. So
nice.
Sweet. Well, let's get to the questions. We'll kind of have abbreviated comment and question and answer period today with the second half resuming now. But first, we got a comment from Tyler on YouTube. He says, "Let's roll." So I love that. Let's roll, Tyler. Next up, we got Andreas from YouTube. Any specific accounts to follow to see what teams are public or sharp? I guess where do you get your data, Smooth Andy and Uncle Phil?
Yeah, I have a few, but Smooth Andy, I know that you pay attention to this very closely. Can you share where you get your data?
Yeah, I mean, there are a few accounts.
You trust?
Yeah, there are a few accounts. I follow a lot of sports book sites. The problem with that is you end up getting a lot of fluff and memes and garbage where they're trying to just drum up an excitement about betting on football or whatever. That doesn't really, it's not really informational. It's more promotional. But my 2 favorite accounts on Twitter to follow as a gambler are Patrick Everson. He does a tweet storm every Saturday and Sunday where he assembles information from a lot of different sports books and sort of regurgitates it to his followers about bet splits and which games the casinos really need a one team to win so that they don't get obliterated by teasers or something. The other one is John Ewing. He's at MGM. That's a specific MGM thing. I like to get as much information as possible from multiple casinos, but he also puts out bet splits for MGM every Saturday and Sunday. He actually does it a little bit during the week as well, just kind of like salts the mine a little bit. But I usually wait till later in the week when there's more bets and more money. But those are my 2 favorite, Patrick Everson and John Ewing.
Yeah, and I love those 2. Those are I follow those, pay attention to those. Those are just gold. Have saved me more money, and I think sometimes in betting that saving you money is more valuable than it's sometimes the bets you don't make are you're better off. The other one I like to do is I subscribe to VSiN, and I look at their betting splits from VSiN because I trust that. Like Smooth Andy said, some of the sites where you Google, where you go public versus pro, you never know if it's legit where they're getting their sources. I trust VSiN, and that's what I use.
And also, what I do like to do also is compare. I get Don Best. Don Best is not I don't think he has a Twitter account, or the company does. Don Best is a company that puts out point spreads and you can follow the movement of the spread and the public money and all that kind of stuff. I have them, and I have MGM with John Ewing. I have whatever else I get from Patrick Everson. So what I like to do when it comes to trying to figure out which teams are public is to see concurrence between multiple sports books, not just a single blip, but all 3 or 4 or 5 that I can get data from in a given week, concurring with each other, that one team is getting, 60, 70, 80% of the bets or whatever. That's a good thing. But sometimes you'll get one that says it's, they're getting 75% and the another sports book has them getting 25. And that's one I don't take that into consideration as a reason to bet them.
Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. Andrew from Dallas, he's asking about Dallas. They've got 4 to 5 starters out and one-dimensional. How is it not Detroit -3?
Yeah, it's a great question. Smooth Andy, do you want to weigh on this, or what do you think?
Yeah, call me I'm not often accused of being a Pollyanna or a rose-colored glasses guy, but I'm going to be on the Cowboys this week. I just think everybody's on the Lions. It just feels too easy. And again, we're talking about a home dog, which is always great. It means if you were to have this game played between, in Detroit, it would be a 9-point spread. That's not. I think that's way too much. I don't think Detroit should be favored by 9 over anybody who's even average. I think they should be favored only against the really terrible teams. And while we don't think much of Dallas this year because we both concurred that we expected them to not be quite as good, they're not a bad team. I mean, I'm not going to go that far. So I do like Dallas this week.
Yeah. I mean, look, what Smooth Andy said, you play the number in NFL more than you play the teams. The number, it's different than college. You play the number. In this game as well, some information that I have that you guys will benefit from today that is not public. It's not out there. But I personally know that Dallas is benching their tackle Guyton today and reinserting a different guy, and that's supposed to improve their offensive line. You should expect a better run game from Dallas today, even though they don't have the best running backs. You should expect a better running game, and I expect Dallas to do well today. So I think that plays right in Smooth Andy's hand. Again, that information is not public. I know a guy. I'll just say that I know a guy who's connected to the team, who deals with the team, and he's told me that.
Yeah, it's interesting information. Thanks for that question, Andrew. And Andrew popped in again, and he says, "How about Washington +7? Looks great from a dog perspective." Any thoughts on that one? With Andy?
I am not touching that game today. I'd love to. I didn't get any indicators. It's just like yesterday. I really wanted to have a reason to have a play on one of the big games, and I just didn't get anything. And it's the same with that. That's my favorite game this week. I'm going to really enjoy it. I really kind of want to see how for real Washington is because they're really playing a good team today. But I did not get any indicators on that one, unfortunately. So I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, I'm going to be able to watch as a neutral, basically.
Yeah, the public is all over Washington this week based on their experience. But go back and look at Washington's schedule and who they played. It's been a bunch of Cardinals. It's been the Browns. I think they played the Giants. I mean, they played Cincinnati when Cincinnati, defense can't defend me, and I'm 57. And so I just look at that. This is definitely a step up in class this week for them. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare today. I mean, if they're really the legit team, they will fare well today, and we'll see. But I would tread carefully with this game. I'm like Smooth Andy. Big fan of teasing this game. I think you could tease it either way. Tease Baltimore down, tease Washington to plus. I think it'd be 13 points. I think there's 6.5, so it'd be 13. So you have that ability. I think you have an opportunity there that's good. But I'd be careful of this game. I mean, like I think a great teaser this game is to tease Washington down to 13 and also tease the total down. I think there's going to be plenty of points here.
Sweet. Thanks for the question, Andrew. Well, Uncle Phil, Smooth Andy, this game's back in action. I think we should probably wrap up here. Any final thoughts before we take off?
I think it would be more entertaining to watch me do shadow puppets than watch the rest of this game, or shadow animals on the wall. But some of you guys are going to want to watch it just because it's football, and that's cool. I'm looking forward to. Well, hopefully, a lot of the home dogs are going to hit today. We already lost one game on Seattle; they were the home dog on Thursday, so hopefully that bodes well for all that flipping and hitting hard today. So that's it for me.
Yeah, well, I and some people who followed me on my teaser this morning are very interested in this game. So you do your shadow puppets or whatever you want to do over there, Smooth Andy.
It wasn't a comment on your bet. It was a comment on the quality of football I'm watching here.
I understand what you're saying. But, look, I mean, when Smooth Andy and I, or at least when I watch games this week, I'm really not watching for this week. What this week has done has already been baked. I've already made my picks. What I'm watching for this week is I'm watching for tails, especially in the second half for next week and how teams are going to fare for next week. Again, big fan of watching teams in the second half. And a lot of times that carries over to the next game. So I'm watching that. One other tidbit of information for you guys to know is that the Jets, Moses is coming back on the offensive line on Monday night, and he's healed a lot quicker than they thought. So Olu's going back to the bench should improve the Jets' running game as well. So take that little tidbit of information as we go. And the Bears just scored a TD, so that's freaking awesome. So anyway, guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Get back to the game. And as always, guys, let's have a day and let's roll.